how much money is enough for retirement? Now, I have a finance degree, and so when I first graduated university, I was obsessed with figuring that out. And it didn't take long for me to be like, $100,000 a year. That would be it. I would be set. And so I came across FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early. It's about saving as much as you can, funneling that into the stock market, and then eventually having enough money to retire. And so I thought to myself, if I wanted $100,000 a year and I could get 5% dividends, how big of a portfolio would I need to live that life? And so I took $100,000 and I divided it by 0.05, and guess what I got? I got $2 million. And as a fresh graduate going to China to teach English for around $30,000 a year, it would take me the next 60 years to save $2 million. Not only that, trying to retire with a stock portfolio that generates a certain amount of return over time and then taking a bit out of the portfolio for your living expenses and then keeping the principal growing, all of that assumes a few important metrics don't change. Number one, you assume that interest rates are around the same as they were before. You assume that the S&P 500 stock market returns are around the same as they have been in the last 10, 20 years. You assume that inflation stays around the same as it has been in the last 20 years. And if any of those numbers change drastically, all of a sudden, you're retiring with nothing. So naturally, I knew I needed something a little bit more reliable, something with an income that I can kind of control. So I shifted my attention to real estate. What if instead of a $2 million stock portfolio that paid me 5% per year, I could accumulate $2 million worth of properties, which in Vancouver, where I'm from in Canada, is about 3 one-bedroom apartments. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, 2 one-bedroom apartments. But anyways, if I'm able to get a one-bedroom apartment, and I have one, so far so good, right? Then I'm able to control the rents. And rents go up with inflation, and I can always count on having rental income. I can't control whether a business, a stock, will pay dividends over time, but I can control whether or not I have a tenant in my rental property. But here's the problem. Most of my life will suck. On a teacher's salary, I probably need to save as much money as possible for the next 30 years to be able to afford another property. And somehow I still have to pay off the mortgage. And so I literally will have to live like I am broke while increasing my income. And that's all fine and dandy if I was by myself, but I recently started a family. And the whole point of me saving money and making money is to give my family the life they deserve. And when I was talking to my wife, we arrived at a problem. What is the point of saving all of this money if we can't even enjoy the fruits of our labor for the first 40 years of our lives, of when we are in our prime? What's the point of making all of this money if we cannot enjoy it, if we have to keep it tucked away, untouched, as if it did not exist for most of our lives? Do I not make money to give a better life to my family? And if I'm telling my family, hey, you have to wait 40 years before we can finally retire, who knows how much money we'll need to live in 40 years. Did I really give them a better life? My son will be 40 years old in 40 years, and who knows what the world will be like. And so that's when I realized that enough isn't actually enough. At least I will never have enough if I try to calculate the exact number I need to retire. There is no number that is enough because I cannot control the future. Maybe if I become a billionaire, but what are the chances of that happening for you and me? Close to zero. And so what's the solution? Well, not only do I need to build a business, I need to build a business that is scalable over time. And that explains why I'm creating this YouTube channel. That explains why I moved abroad 8 years ago, and I've been trying to make something work online while also working full-time and building a career there. You see, there's no such thing as enough. Life happens. People change. Emergencies come up. Let's say there's a medical emergency in the family. Are you going to be the one that says, because I'm saving for my retirement, because I'm pursuing fire, I'm sorry, take care of the cancer yourself? I don't want to be that son. And I sure as heck don't even want to be in a situation where I have to make that kind of decision. And that's when I realized instead of pursuing early retirement, I need to pursue financial confidence. The ability to make money no matter what my situation is. Retirement, not doing anything, is not the end game. Figuring out what to retire to, that side project that will grow, that business you've always wanted to start, that is the end game. Too much focus on financial independence, retire early, will just cause money anxiety because you'll be putting yourself through a certain immense pain, the pain of being cheap, being frugal, tucking away every dollar, not being able to give the people you love the life they deserve. And all you're getting is what? A future that isn't even certain that you'll achieve. And so instead of that, why not take the opportunity today to fix your finances? Yes. Get smart with your money. Yes. But to also build something that will generate you money, that will help you help lots of people for the rest of your life. And that's the aspect which I think financial minimalism is missing. And so new financial minimalism is about spending your money in an optimal way, but also having a vehicle to get you the money you can spend in the first place. It's not that complicated. Make more money, keep more money, invest the difference, have a happy life and a happy family. If that's what you want, subscribe to this channel and let's go on that journey together.